Are you someone who has been recently hit by the layoff? Or are you someone who is still clueless about what to do during the layoffs? Or are you someone who is still anticipating being laid off from your company? Then this is the video which is worth watching. Yes, a country which has been hit by the recession or the globe which has been hit by the massive layoffs, we are here to help you out with the remedies of what you can do in order to survive this recession and the layoff. According to the reports, around 46% of the Indian startups have laid off their employees, with 106 tech companies laying off at least 26,000 employees in the first few weeks of January 2023. Yes, that's a report which is going to hit very hard, but let's not dive deep into the hows and whys of recessions or layoffs. Let's dive deep into what to do after being laid off or living in the recession times. So let's start off with the do's and then let's move on towards the don'ts. So let's start off with the first do, what you have to do in order to not be laid off and not be affected by recession. The first do is be a part of the core team, right? Be a part of the core team. Yes, if you are part of the core team in your company, and if you are not, try to indulge yourself more into the workings of the team, more into the projects that the company is taking up. And once you become a very important or a very core part of the team, the companies will think at least twice or thrice before laying you off. So this can provide you a security of being security against being laid off, right? That's the first point that you have to do if you're already working in any company, be it a startup or be it a multi-tech company, right? The second point which you have to follow is your top performance. Yes, top performance tends to be the second point, which means that you have to brush up your skills, you have to brush up your performance and your potency in a company, your delivery in a company, in order to make them know and understand that you are highly critical and you are an asset to the company. Once you do that, once you're successful doing that, the company will again think twice or thrice before laying you off, right? So if you want to safeguard yourself from any kind of layoffs, please try to be the top performers, at least the best performer of your team. The third major important point is cross-skilling. Yes, cross-skilling is another very important enigma in a company, which means to not just have the proper skills or the best skills of your team, of what your team needs, but also trying to be skilled at what the other departments of the company wants. Let's say, for example, that you are a part of a content team, right? So you are great in writing content or creating content, but you also need someone who can edit it, right? So you need a production or a designing team separately. So why not just dive into the production team, or why not just dive into editing and also try to edit your created content? In that way, you are going to be a multifaceted or a multi-tasker of the company, and they would not lay you off because you're doing the task of 2 people or at least 3 people in a company, right? So they will not lay you off. So try to cross-skill, try to learn more skills about other departments as well, and not just stick to your own department. All right. The fourth skill that comes onto the list is flexibility. Yes, the employers are going to applaud you for the level of flexibility that you have while you are working. If you're flexible, if you are approachable for the company, if you're approachable for the employers, and the employers know that you're flexible enough to help them out in their required time, then they are definitely going to keep you. So you should not be adamant, you should not be impulsive in nature. Try to be flexible, try to help them with what they need, and they are going to keep you because they will need you there, right? So flexibility is another skill that you have to add on to your personality if you want to keep working in the same company, or like keep yourself from being laid off. The next skill that is again very important is having a good knowledge about the entire working of the company, right? So let's just write the key point as knowledge of the company. Again, having a good knowledge of the company, having the inside knowledges, having some information about how the important parts of the company are in function is going to make you a crucial part where the top employers have to take your decisions, have to take your suggestions in implying their operations and implying their objectives. That way you try to be that way you are going to help them function properly. And if you are a part of that, you are not going to be laid off at all, right? So these are just 5 pointers which you should do which you should incorporate in your personality to not be laid off. These are definitely not the permanent suggestions, I would say, but these are just a few suggestions which you should follow and which you should involve into your personality in your day-to-day working, so that at least there is a little security, if not 100% guarantee of you not being laid off, right? So being a member of the core team, a top performer or a best performer, cross-skilling yourself, having flexibility and having good knowledge of the working of the company is going to help you out in this scenario. Let's now move forward with the don'ts. What you shouldn't do if you want to be constant, if you want to be stagnant, if you want to continue your working in the company. Let's look at the don'ts now. The very first thing is being unbothered, right? So if you are being very unbothered, if you are taking your employment for granted in any company whatsoever, you are doing the worst thing in your future or in your career. Right now, at this moment, taking your employment for granted is not right. Right? So that's a warning for you. If you're being unbothered with all of the news, all of the recession news, all of the layoffs news, it's high time that you start giving some considerations to this entire recession and layoffs, and try to include a personality or try to revamp your personality with the do's that we have recently discussed, right? So being unbothered is the last thing that you should be doing right now. The next don't that is very important is being adamant to not learning new skills, right? So let's just write adamant to not upskill or reskill yourself, right? So if you are someone who is being very adamant and being very stubborn and you don't want to learn new skills or invest your time in learning new skills, the coming future for you is going to be very tough. Because right now a lot of people are indulging themselves into upskilling themselves with, let's say, latest technologies or learning new or jumping towards new industries altogether. So if you're not someone who is investing some time or investing some money or investing dedication or consistency or hard work into learning something new, the future is very dark for you. So please stop being adamant and start learning new skills. The third don't that is very important for you to neglect is procrastination. Yes, this tends to be a very fancy term which a lot of people are using right now, but procrastination is the truth right now. A lot of people are still thinking of doing something, but they're not taking their best foot forward, which is delaying their chances of being successful or chances of being at least coming out into the open and exploring a new world altogether. So if you're someone who is still procrastinating, who is still thinking that you will be doing something from next Monday or the next first of the month, then you are someone who is going to procrastinate for whole of your life and you will not achieve anything and eventually land off being laid off, right? So please stop procrastinating and take the actions. Even taking baby steps is going to help a lot right now. So do that, stand up, go out, do what you want to do and achieve something and let go of the fear of being laid off. The fourth thing in the list is changing jobs, or let's say hopping jobs, right? Job hopping, which we term it as like job hopping. Do not do that. If you're thinking of changing your jobs right now because you are in the fear that you are not top performer of the company and your team or your company is going to lay you off, do not change jobs, because there's no guarantee that you are going to switch your job to a better company or to a better profile and you will not be laid off there. There's no guarantee whatsoever. So changing jobs right now, the mindset of changing the job right now is very risky. So please try to push that at the back of your head and don't bring it to the front right now, right? So changing jobs, no right now. The last thing that we can include in the don'ts list is trying to be the jack of all trades, right? So let's just quickly write jack of all trades. Yes, as we've heard the phrase as master of one, jack of all trades, we have heard that, right? But being the master of one right now is very important, is very crucial. Yes, you cannot be the master of all trades and you should not be the jack of all trades, but be the master of one and be an improver in the remaining. Like we have discussed, cross-skilling. You may be very good in your content writing, you may be very good in content creating, but at least step into the world of editing, step into the world of direction, step into the world which is going to help you out with the content. Yes, you don't have to be the master of editing, but at least try it. However, don't try to be the jack of all trades, master one skill and then move towards the other skills, right? So don't try to multitask only for the sake of multitasking. Multitask because you want to prove yourself as a best performer, or as a top performer, or as an asset to your company, right? I hope you understand the difference between mastering one and jack trading all of the others, right? So these are the 5 important don'ts which you should be following right now as of the present scenario of recessions and layoffs, which is definitely going to help you out in not being laid off by the company. Right? So being unbothered or being adamant or procrastinating or hopping jobs or being jack of all trades is going to let you down completely. But wait, fret not, because we have 2 new points or 2 bonus points which is going to add on to your hard work and your attempt into not being laid off and into being consistent in your work. The first bonus tip that we have for you is networking. Yes. Please try to network, try to increase your network into wherever your workplace is, right? Try to communicate more with your employees, with your colleagues, and also cross network with other department colleagues as well. Networking helps a lot in the corporate world as well as in the startup world as well. So keep networking. That way you are going to reach newer heights and you're going to meet newer people who are only going to motivate you and influence you to do the good things, right? And the second bonus tip that we have for you is keep learning new skills, right? Trying to learn new skills is very important right now, and we'll let you know why. Because a lot of companies right now, even though some are laying off, but some companies have also opened up their hirings, and in order to match to their suitable job roles, it's the best thing that you can do right now is upskilling and reskilling yourself. So trying to learn new skills at this time of recession is only going to prove to the employers that you are truly dedicated to your work. So trying to learn new skills is definitely going to be the best thing that you are investing into right now. Why did I tell you to learn new skills, and why did I tell you that the companies are hiring? Because we have a news from indiatimes.com that analysts are predicting a further slowdown. Industry leaders are anticipating a positive outlook. Despite these crises, it is projected that there will be a very high demand for IT services in 2023 as businesses advance their digital business initiatives in response to the upheaval in the economy. Right? So like I told you that a lot of companies are going to hire as well. So the best skills, if you want to know which are the best skills that you should learn right now, we have a video of that as well, the top 7 skills which you should know right now for 2023. Go watch that video if you want to upskill yourself and start upskilling, start learning new skills. The best thing is that there is no negative outlook for it, right? So the best thing that you can do is networking and learning new skills to safeguard yourself, to save yourself from being laid off or being hit hard by the recession, right? So that's it for this particular video. I hope that we have helped you with some new content. If you want to have more such videos, if you want to have more such information, drop down the topics in the comment section below and we'll happily pick up any of the topics which you would want to watch and create a video on that. Until then, thank you so much. Make sure that you're subscribing to our channel, clicking the notification bell as well so that you get notified whenever we are coming up with a new video, and also like, share and comment on this particular video. Thank you so much. See you for the next video.